Have you ever noticed how a narcissist always seems in control, calculating, manipulative, always one step ahead? They walk into a room, dominate conversations, and make you question your own reality. But what if I told you that with just a few subtle moves, you could make them panic and completely lose their grip? Narcissists thrive on power and dominance. Their ego is built on control. They must always be the one in charge. They manipulate, gaslight, and deceive because they cannot function without your validation. And here's the key: when you disrupt that power dynamic, they fall apart. See, deep down, narcissists are terrified of exposure. They fear being seen for who they really are, insecure, fragile, and desperate for control. That's why they lash out when challenged. But today, we're going to turn the tables. In this video, I'll reveal powerful psychological techniques that will make a narcissist panic and lose control instantly. These aren't tricks or mind games. They're strategic moves backed by psychology. We're going to explore the biggest fears narcissists try to hide, the exact phrases and behaviors that make them unravel, how to protect yourself and make sure they never manipulate you again. And here's the best part: you won't have to argue, fight, or stoop to their level. Instead, you'll learn how to take back your power without them even realizing what's happening until it's too late. So if you've ever felt trapped by a narcissist's manipulation, if you've ever wondered how to make them lose the control they so desperately cling to, stay with me until the end. Trust me, once you know these tactics, you'll never look at a narcissist the same way again. All right. Let's dive into the psychology behind why narcissists desperately fear losing control. Narcissists thrive on control. It's their lifeline. The moment they feel it slipping away, they panic. But why? What is it about losing control that sends them into a spiral? At their core, narcissists are terrified of exposure. They spend their entire lives crafting a false image, an illusion of confidence, power, and superiority. But underneath, they're fragile, insecure, constantly fearing that someone will see through their mask. Fear number 1: exposure. Narcissists hate being called out. They rely on deception, twisting reality to make themselves look good. But when someone sees through the act, their biggest fear comes true: being exposed as a fraud. They will deny, gaslight, and attack the messenger just to avoid being held accountable. Fear number 2: rejection and abandonment. Despite their arrogance, narcissists desperately crave validation. They need people to feed their ego. The moment you stop playing their game, ignoring them, setting firm boundaries, they feel a crushing sense of rejection. This is why they often react with anger, silent treatment, or even love bombing, anything to pull you back under their control. Fear number 3: losing power over you. A narcissist's worst nightmare? You realizing you don't need them? Their entire game is about keeping you emotionally invested through manipulation, guilt, and fear. When you finally take back control, they lose their grip. And that drives them insane. This is why they react with rage, denial, or emotional outbursts when confronted. Some will lash out aggressively, others will play the victim, and some will try even harder to manipulate you back into their web. But no matter what, one thing is clear: when a narcissist senses they're losing control, they will do anything to regain it. But here's the good news: once you understand why they panic, you can start using this knowledge against them. Now that we know why narcissists fear losing control, let's talk about the exact tactics that will send them spiraling. These aren't mind games or manipulation. These are powerful psychological strategies that will make them panic and completely lose their grip over you. The power of indifference. Narcissists crave attention, whether positive or negative. If you argue, cry, or react emotionally, they feel in control. But the moment you become indifferent, their power crumbles. Don't argue. Don't explain yourself. Don't show emotion. When a narcissist tries to bait you, respond with calm neutrality. Say things like,
"That's your opinion." I'm not engaging in this. I have nothing more to say.
Nothing unsettles them more than being ignored. They may try to provoke you even harder. Don't fall for it. The more you refuse to react, the more they spiral into frustration. They need your emotional response to feed their ego, and when they don't get it, they panic. Exposing their behavior publicly. Narcissists operate in the shadows, using lies, gaslighting, and manipulation. But when you expose them in front of others, they panic. Call out contradictions in their stories. Ask direct, logical questions they can't twist. Stay factual and unemotional. For example, if they play the victim, calmly state,
Didn't you just say the opposite last week? I'd love to hear your explanation for that contradiction.
This forces them into accountability, which is their worst nightmare. They rely on deception to manipulate others. When that illusion crumbles, so do they. Remaining unpredictable. Narcissists thrive on control and predictability. If they know how you'll react, they can manipulate you. The key? Be unpredictable. Change your usual responses. Don't explain your actions. Act in ways they don't expect. If you used to respond emotionally to their insults, now just laugh and walk away. If they're expecting an argument, give them silence instead. When they no longer know what to expect, they lose their power over you. They panic because they can't manipulate someone they don't understand. Setting unbreakable boundaries. Narcissists test boundaries relentlessly. The secret to making them lose control? Setting firm limits and enforcing them. Say no without guilt. Cut off emotional explanations. Walk away when they push past your limits. For example,
I won't be discussing this anymore. That doesn't work for me. I'm done with this conversation.
a narcissist can't stand when they no longer have access to your emotions. If they can't control how you feel, they panic. They may lash out, guilt trip, or throw tantrums to test you. Stand your ground. Every time you enforce a boundary, their sense of power weakens. Using their own tactics against them. Narcissists love gaslighting, triangulation, and silent treatment. But when you turn those same tactics around, they panic. Gaslighting them back. When they try to twist reality, act completely clueless.
Oh, I don't remember that. That's strange. I recall it differently. Are you sure? That doesn't sound like me.
This confuses them, and narcissists hate confusion. Triangulation reversal. Narcissists often use triangulation, bringing a third person into a conflict to create jealousy or drama. Instead of reacting, do the opposite. Be overly friendly with the third person. Remove yourself from the drama entirely. Refuse to compete for the narcissist's attention. When their usual tactic backfires, they become desperate. Silent treatment on them. Narcissists love using the silent treatment to make you feel guilty. But when you use it on them, they can't handle it. Don't text back. Don't engage in their emotional games. Act like they don't exist. This is the ultimate power shift. They can't manipulate someone who refuses to play. Taking away their control over others. Narcissists often manipulate people around them to maintain their power. If you start helping others see the truth, they lose everything. Support others the narcissist has targeted. Speak truthfully without fear of their reaction. Refuse to participate in their mind games. The moment people start questioning their lies, their carefully built image begins to collapse. And once their social control starts fading, they panic. Winning by walking away. Nothing terrifies a narcissist more than being irrelevant. They want to feel powerful, needed, and in control. But when you walk away and never look back, they lose everything. No explanations, no emotional goodbyes, just silence. This is the ultimate checkmate. When you remove yourself completely, they are left with nothing, no supply, no control, no reaction. Even if they try to hoover you back in, sending messages, trying to guilt trip you, or acting like they've changed, stay firm. Every time you refuse to engage, they spiral deeper into panic mode. Final warning: narcissists don't give up easily. When you use these strategies, expect pushback. Narcissists hate losing control, and they will escalate their behavior to regain it. They may play the victim, making you seem like the villain. They may lash out, trying to provoke a reaction. They may promise to change just to pull you back in. Stay strong. The only way to truly win against a narcissist is to remove your power from their hands permanently. A narcissist's worst fear is losing control over you. The more you remain calm, unpredictable, and firm in your boundaries, the more they spiral into panic mode. Now that you know how to make a narcissist panic and lose control, the big question is, what happens next? Narcissists don't give up easily. When they realize they're losing control over you, they spiral. But their reactions aren't always the same. Some lash out, some retreat, and others shift into full-on damage control mode. Here's what to expect when a narcissist starts to panic and how to protect yourself. Narcissistic rage. One of the first and most common reactions? Explosive anger. They'll shout, insult, and belittle you to force you back under their control. They may try to humiliate you publicly or spread lies to damage your reputation. If they can't get a reaction, they'll escalate their aggression. This isn't normal anger, it's rage fueled by fear. They feel their power slipping and their ego can't handle it. How to handle it? Stay calm. Reacting emotionally gives them what they want. Remove yourself from the situation. If they're yelling, walk away. Don't engage in arguments. They don't want resolution. They want control. The calmer you are, the more powerless they feel, which frustrates them even more. Playing the victim. If rage doesn't work, they might flip the script, turning themselves into the victim. Suddenly, they're the ones who've been hurt. They'll accuse you of being toxic, manipulative, or cruel. They'll cry, act helpless, and say things like, "I can't believe you're treating me this way. After everything I've done for you, you're just as bad as me." This is a desperate attempt to guilt trip you back into submission. How to handle it? Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong. Don't feel guilty. This is manipulation, not genuine emotion. Hold your boundaries. Remind yourself, this is a tactic to regain control. The moment you stop feeling responsible for their emotions, their power fades. Love bombing and fake apologies. If anger and guilt don't work, a narcissist might switch to charm mode. They'll shower you with affection, suddenly acting like the perfect friend, partner, or coworker. They might apologize, but listen closely. Their apologies are usually empty and manipulative. "I didn't mean to hurt you, but you made me do it. I'll change, I promise. We can fix this. Just give me one more chance." This isn't real change. It's a trap to pull you back in. How to handle it? Ignore the words. Watch their actions. If they really wanted to change, they would have before they started losing control. Don't fall for the "I've changed" act. Narcissists don't change, they adapt. To keep power, stick to your decision. No matter how tempting it is to believe them, don't. If you reject their fake love, their panic will skyrocket, because now they have nothing left. The smear campaign. If they can't control you anymore, they'll try to control how others see you. They'll spread lies, twist the truth, and make you look like the villain. They might turn friends, family, or coworkers against you. They'll claim you're unstable, toxic, or even abusive. Their goal? Destroy your reputation so that even if they lose you, they still have power over how people perceive you. How to handle it? Don't defend yourself aggressively. That's what they want, to make you look crazy. Let your actions speak for themselves. People who know you will see through the lies. Cut off their flying monkeys. Anyone who sides with them isn't your friend. Over time, narcissists expose themselves. Stay patient. The truth always comes out. The silent treatment and discard phase. If none of their tactics work, a narcissist will often go silent. They'll ignore your existence as punishment. They want you to feel abandoned and confused. They're waiting for you to chase them so they can regain control. Or if they realize they truly can't manipulate you anymore, they'll discard you completely, acting like you never mattered. How to handle it? Don't chase them. That's exactly what they want. See their silence as a gift. You're finally free. Understand that their discard means you won. If a narcissist doesn't want you anymore, it means you stopped feeding their ego. Their silence isn't real power, it's proof of their weakness. Final warning: narcissists always try to return. Even if they discard you, don't be fooled. It's rarely permanent. They might come back months or even years later. They'll act like nothing happened, trying to pick up where they left off. If you let them back in, the cycle starts all over again. How to handle it? Block them everywhere. No texts, no calls, no social media. Don't engage. Even a simple response gives them hope. Remember why you left. It's easy to forget the pain when time passes, but nothing about them has changed. The only way to win against a narcissist is to cut them off completely. No contact equals no control. The ultimate power move: moving on without them. At the end of the day, the biggest punishment for a narcissist is your indifference. Living your best life without them? That destroys them. Succeeding, healing, and thriving? That makes them panic. Showing them that they are completely irrelevant? That's the ultimate revenge. Narcissists hate losing control, but when you take power back, they have no choice but to watch you win from a distance. Now that you know how to make a narcissist panic, what will you do with this power? If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and self-empowerment. See you in the next video.